can't turn the mics off.
You're good.
I'm from that dirt. I'm all about that dirt. I'm throwing dirt. I miss that dirt. Gotta get back to I'm a dirt trackaholic. Call it what you call it. Saturday night, I am so Kenny Wallace on that dirt. I miss that dirt. Gotta get back to it. I've been the Kenny Wallace of the rap game ever since I hit him with that dirt track thing. Now nationwide, everybody knows my name. They're like, mama, that's Kenny Montgomery. He sings that song we like. Yeah, boy, that's me. Roll out the trailer, I'm flossing. Them Hoosier tires glossing. Them cold kind we're tossing. They know I came to wreck it, yet I rarely bring out a caution. I hit the high side, boy, I park it for Brian Clausen.
Welcome to Throttled Up the Podcast, often imitated, never duplicated, your weekly home for the best in motorsports coverage.
Even your grandpa talking about, man, that boy too cold. We don't sit on 24s.
Welcome back to Throttled Up the Podcast. And Matt, man, back in studio 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, we're on a roll, man.
Man, call us Butta because we on a roll.
That's right.
I'm excited about tonight. I know we got a lot to talk about. Brownstown Speedway back in action Saturday night.
We raced live Saturday. You guys broadcasted it.
Yes, and, we're excited coming back again this Saturday night. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there with you at the track. Put it out in my blog this week on ThirstyGoatENT.com. Kind of two different finish lines here for me the last couple weeks. I know last week we talked about for the first time ever I'm ahead of you in dirt track races.
Yeah.
You picked one back up on me, but luckily I'm going to get two in this weekend. You're only going to get one.
Yep.
So
You're going to be three ahead of me.
I'm going to get back to where I was.
Yep.
But,
if I could finagle Friday.
I know you would. I wasn't trying to just get an advantage. I invited you to take the trip. But, but anyway, so I got to watch a lot of young kids in Jennings County, 18-year-old kids walk across that graduation stage.
Well, I was with you Friday and Sunday, so
absolutely.
I got to see some of them. So,
and I got to say that, I wrote in my blog, I got to see two different finish lines, two different weekends. And it is really cool to get a chance to watch everybody at the racetrack, but it's really great to see that, that milestone in a kid's life as well.
Well, Brownstown, we had 5 different classes racing and 4 first-time winners at Brownstown out of the 5 classes. So I thought that was pretty impressive.
And I'm excited, too, tonight. I see some people here asking, here in just a little bit, guys, we're going to be calling Colin Shipley.
Yes.
And doing a little interview with him. And this is a young kid, man, that's going to make a name for himself. And, you talk about that, 4 different winners in the 5 classes, 4 first-time winners, I should say, in the 5 classes. Yes. This is a young kid that's going to put himself in those kind of situations as well.
Well, Clegg has an asterisk by his. He's won at Brownstown, but not in a super stock. So, he's now a multi-class winner at Brownstown.
And I'm just let's start here real quick before we call Colin, and then we can always come back to this here at the end too. But I'm going to say something that you told me off the air Monday night during the recording of the DARF show.
Okay.
And you said,
do I need to get nervous?
Well, probably, because I'm throwing it out there. This is a Throttled Up exclusive.
Oh boy.
You said that anybody out there that might be looking to race that super stock class this year better be worried about the Clegg team.
Yep. And he proved it Saturday night. He had his stuff figured out, and I guess he had reached out to several different people on what to do differently, because like I talked to him in Victory Lane, he had a monkey on his back last year. Every time he brought the car to the track, something happened.
Mm-hmm.
And man, he looked really, really good Saturday night.
And I mean, we know from going back in the Pure Stock days, the guy can drive.
Yeah.
I mean, he's ugly, but he can drive. And no, but a shout out to Derek. I mean, I got to say, he's been a huge friend of the show.
Yes.
Very, very glad to see him get that win in the Super Stock for the first time. Hate that I wasn't there. And even though he is ugly, I'll be going down to Turn 2 Saturday night to see him this week.
Well, I also want to brag on David Palmer there in the Pure Stocks, because he had told me in Victory Lane that he told his wife if they didn't win this year, he was done racing. And so first night out, he gets the win. So, he's cursed now because now he's got to race for a while longer. But and then, our buddy Stricker won in the modifieds.
Yeah, and, brand ambassador here for Thirsty Goat Entertainment. And I can't say enough about Adam Stricker. He was on the show, just a great guy. And,
yes.
And that's as, organic of a way as you can find somebody for this show as we did. He found us, listened to us. He was posting about us before we had even really made a connection with him. Obviously, we had seen him the times he had come to Brownstown, but I hadn't reached out to him. To be honest, I mean, he's a good-sized name, regional racer.
Too, yeah.
And, he kind of promoted us, and we've worked out a deal, and it was really cool to see him go to Victory Lane. And I know that it wasn't without controversy, but I will say this, anybody that watched, because I saw the posts start coming up, that Stricker dumps nicely.
No, that is not what happened.
And I want to just say, first and foremost, obviously, number one, Stricker and Tyler Nicely, people know they're as tight as can be, good friends. Yeah. Stricker doesn't race that way, number one, because if you know his story, he doesn't have a huge budget at home. He's not tearing his stuff up for it. And, again, you and I talked, he almost stops on the racetrack because he's concerned. So, I mean, a real, he's as clean as they come.
And then bumper thumper himself, Bryce Burton gets his first win at Brownstown.
And let's talk real quick before we jump on here with Colin Shipley about the crew he had with him. And
that'd be one Chad Total Chaos Stapleton and Trainwreck Austin Burns down there with him Saturday night.
Which I've got to assume that after that, the Bryce Burton Hornet, shout out there to the Hornet Factory, goes into Victory Lane, that it was total chaos and a train wreck the rest of the night.
I'm sure it's definitely a train wreck. But they said in Victory Lane that they dug the tires on the thing out of the shed from the last time Austin raced the Hornet. They just dug, and Daryl said he didn't even want to come, but he was glad they did after Bryce put it in Victory Lane. And then in the crate cars there, Shelby Miles picked right up from 2019 and kept doing what he does. So.
Yeah, I mean that's I'm excited this week, and obviously $2,000 to win for the Supers. They're at Brownstown Speedway, but
they're also offering extra money for the highest finishing.
Yeah, $200 to the highest finishing crate car.
Yes,
which I'm hopeful. Again, friend of the show, but I'm hoping
3Z.
I'm hoping the 3Z is going to come down and make another attempt there.
Yeah, me too.
And I think the 3Z's definitely figured some things out. I think he's going to be strong this year. I think he's got a chance to make that field. The other one I'll throw out right now, I hope the P3's planning on making a trip down, because
I agree.
The same way you talked about, Clegg and the super stocks, not that Peden has been something not to worry about in years past, but I'm telling you, this year, new car, Steve Peden's going to be one to watch in that crate class.
I agree.
And then again, excited to, see friend of the show again, Skylar Lewis back out running his super program. I know
he was there Saturday night. I believe he was helping Zach. So,
and I think for him, he was really excited about getting going this year, and obviously the delay has kind of been there, and so excited to see him get out. I see Colton Sullivan already, messages here, said he's going to be there.
Oh, right on. Good deal.
So excited to see that. Clegg says, thanks, guys. We're going to keep digging. He obviously sent that before he heard me call him ugly.
I kind of wonder, that's kind of a pot calling the kettle black situation right there, but, that's...
Well, no doubt. No doubt. But you pick on the ones you love the most.
That's right.
Yeah. And
you must really love me.
Oh, you have... Like a father.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, like a father. You should know that. I do want to give a shout out here first, and I'm going to run through them here quickly. But our sponsors, OCC Seamless Gutters and Construction. I'm telling you right now, I was driving through North Vernon. We did a retirement parade for our cafeteria manager today, which was really cool. But driving through some of the neighborhoods there in North Vernon, and so many OCC signs. And if you've not
He's almost too busy to race.
Oh, if you've not seen what this guy's doing, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So cool. P3RacingShirts.com, P3Graphics.com. Both, guys, if you're looking for shirts, banners, car wraps, if you're in business, I don't know if you've seen, I know you're off Facebook, but going back to OCC, P3 did an amazing back glass on Jeremy's truck.
I actually seen Jeremy drive through town the other day.
It's got the two OCCs on the side and then the 00 there in the middle.
Yeah.
And, really, really cool stuff. So, reach out to Eric Bryant, and he'll be able to help you. I do want to say here that Clegg said better to be ugly and fast than sexy and slow. You can't have both. And, hey, Clegg, I'll agree with you 110%.
I do too, yeah. The car's sexy, though.
If that's the way it works, I'll be real fast if I ever get in a car. But again, P3 and everything they do down there. Tommy Taylor, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Guys, I know we say this every week, and I think people think we're crazy, but I'm telling you, he's my agent, he's your agent, he's my parents' agent. Give him a call and just say, hey, quote my stuff. Can you beat this? And he's going to be upfront and honest with you. And he is not going to – he's not going to cut down on what you're getting right now just to beat it. He will match it or give you more for less. And I'm totally blown away by what he does. Legacy Paint and Body in Columbus. Again, another one I talk about all the time, but I love watching their Facebook to see the work that they're doing and coming out. I know you've been busy with your little project truck. I shouldn't say little project truck, your big project truck there, bondoing and sanding and filling.
I wish they would just take it and do it. That's I'd much rather drive it than look at it in the barn all the time.
It's not a whole lot of fun.
No.
And it's a skill. It's an art.
I'm learning. I'll put it that way. They would probably look at it and think it was horrible, but it's as good as I can do.
You don't think you're getting hired anytime soon?
No.
Gilpin Electric and Generator Services. Again, Bill Gilpin, man. And I want to give him a shout out on a totally different side note. Again, I know we're from the North Vernon area, and obviously the city with COVID and everything had to cancel the fireworks there. But Trent Wisner stepped up as a business owner, not as a city councilman, but said, ETC Systems wants to put it on. We're going to try and raise this money in 7 days. And I immediately saw Bill Gilpin there with Gilpin Electric and Generator Services pledges $500 towards the fireworks.
That's awesome.
And
good for Bill.
If you guys don't know Bill, I mean, he's that kind of guy.
Yes,
he loves that community and just a great all around guy. And I'm telling you, give him a call if you need a generator or whatever you may need. Also, Dirt to Media. And again, you just talked here about, let's combine here, Brownstown Speedway and Dirt to Media, because Brownstown Speedway racing again this Saturday night, $2,000 to win for the super late models. And I think this is an interesting thing, and I got to give a shout out to Jim here, and people may think I'm crazy. With the Dirt Late Model Stream that's happening this weekend at Eldora, and I know that, normally we have this weekend off at Brownstown. We'd all love to be at Eldora right now, getting in the campground, getting ready for the party here on Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah.
But with that change...
They party on Wednesday night?
Oh, do they? I don't know.
I don't know. We might have to phone a friend on that one.
I believe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
Where we at?
Where we at, baby? Where we at? Sometimes your GPS isn't working. You get lost on the back roads in West Virginia in a RAV4. But as you're kind of lost the whole thing there, but Brownstown
racing this weekend
against the Eldora Stream. But what I want to say to people is go back and look at that list. Again, 44 invited, then the 4 fan votes, 48 supers showing up there. And I'm not picking on Eldora and what they decided or anything with that, but there's some big names left out. I mean,
they left some drivers off the board that could have made that very interesting, I believe.
And we know Devin Gilpin's going to be there. There's rumors that Hudson O'Neal may be there in the Masters Built House car. I mean, you're talking about some big names that are going to be there to run against, a group of regulars there at Brownstown that it'll be a heck of a show.
Well, this will be Britton Gottsy's debut in Super.
Britton Gotsy, I'm hopeful. I haven't talked to him. Hopeful Alan Magner will be back again.
Yes.
And just there's going to be a heck of a show there Saturday night. And if you're interested in watching, BrownstownSpeedway.tv, you can get the pay-per-view there, or Dirt2Media.tv. Again, I'm excited because I'm going to be there broadcasting. I know you're going to be announcing it, and looking forward to getting back local. Obviously, I've gotten the opportunity to go out and throughout the country and do some shows, and headed back down.
Rub it in, man. Just rub it in.
Headed back down to Tennessee on Friday night to watch a little ACAS action, but excited to be back at Brownstown Speedway. Talking about Brownstown Speedway, again, Schaefer Photo and Custom Tee, Mark and Jamie Schaefer, shout out to them and everything they do for the Speedway. Again, if you're looking for photos from there, you can't look any farther. That's a great group of people.
And Tyler Roberts now down there helping them out. She's a great girl, so they got some good help out of her also.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her, former student, and haven't seen her for a while, so excited to see her at the track. And then Brad Irwin Customs, man, we can't say enough about him. I mean, we said it before. We've watched him take some chicken shit and turn it into chicken salad sandwiches. And he is something, man. He
very talented guy right there.
Yeah, not any better. And Skylar Lewis says should be a lot of really good cars this weekend from what he hears. Got to think that 22 is going to be one of those really good cars.
Oh, yeah. I know Skylar's listening, but I would say this, even off there, that he has improved his game over the last several years so much that when the 22 rolls out on the track, I think he's, you got to count him in the equation to win every time.
All right. Hey, let's reach out to our guy here. We're gonna give Colin Shipley a call, and like I said, man, this kid is one of those that is just ultra impressive. So let me
Well, he impressed us when we did the test with him.
Oh, yeah, man. This guy's got some cool stuff going on. Let's see if we can get him on the line here.
Hey, what's up? Whoa.
Oh, my gosh. We got sunglasses on. I told you, this kid, man, he's it.
So quiet. I'm trying to fix my stuff here.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
All right. So, again, joining us here on Throttled Up the podcast, we've got the Pup Shark, Colin Shipley. And, Colin, man, I want to start here. First of all, for those that don't know, I think it's a cool story, kind of how we came to know each other and how we got to this point, which was I'm just watching a Facebook Live with you guys driving out to Missouri there for the first race of the season, and I happened to comment, we're looking for nicknames, and I said, man, you're obviously a brand ambassador for Speed Shark Graphics, and I said, man, he's got to be the pup. I mean, the pup is a baby shark, so he's the Pup Shark. So have we settled on that? Is that what we're sticking with, is the Pup Shark?
We're not really sure yet.
So you're telling me that maybe I wasn't the best at the nickname.
I don't know. We just haven't decided yet. We're talking to Ben. He said the best ones come, what do you say, naturally?
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that, 110% for sure. So let me start here with you, man. How did you get into all this racing stuff? Like, I love asking that question to everybody, and it's typically, obviously, guys that have been in a lot longer than you have. But how did you get into all this?
It really started with, it was before I was born, actually, and my family, it kind of trickled down. My mom went to the races. My dad started racing, and then, obviously, Rusty. So my dad and my mom met, and then my dad kind of quit racing. My grandpa used to race, and just my whole family really raced, and it just kind of trickled down, going to the races. And then I started racing karts in the backyard, and then eventually we started racing karts at other places, and it just kept trickling up to a crate late model, and then now this year we're in Super.
So at what age did you start in the karts?
The backyard I was 7, and then we started going to other places when I was probably 11.
All right, and you are 15, correct?
I'm 14.
14. Man, I was already giving you an extra year of experience watching the way you've ran. So you're 14 years old. You start going other places in the kart at 11. When did you jump in the crate late model?
Let's see. I was probably 13, right, Dad? Yeah, 13.
13 years old, and now in a super late model at 14. Your dad loves you, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm thankful.
But let me ask you this, man. How crazy was it the jump at 13 from go-karts to a crate late model?
That was awesome. It was crazy. It was going from, like, karts don't have any roll steer, small tires, no suspension, low horsepower, up to, and the first late model I ever drove was Rusty's 91 car, it's not a crate, but it's not super big, at Oakshade, which is a slick track. So it was crazy. It was definitely different.
Do you feel like, I mean, how do you attack that first time you go out to the track, Colin? Are you like, man, I'm going to see what this thing's got, what I can do? Do you ease into it? What's your thought process, man, at 13 years old getting in a race car?
I just started slow and just started going faster and faster every lap until eventually I spun it out, and then go from there and take it back down a step.
And then continue to try and push farther and farther and farther, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Did you notice that in the crate car that you had to run like momentum like on the go-kart?
Mm-hmm.
And then as you start this year, you're going to jump into the super late model ranks. What was the thought process behind the idea that, like, okay, I want to make this next step and get into super late models?
I don't really know. It was more or less just off the off season. My dad kind of surprised me. He didn't really tell me much about it. And then he's like, hey, do you want to get into a super? I can trade your crate in and buy it off this guy. And there was no hesitation. Just said, yeah. We're running against supers with the crate, though, at first. We started racing the 604s against the supers at Oakshade. So it wasn't really that big of a jump. It was more or less just how to learn how to drive a super, because it's completely different from a crate.
What do you think is so different about it?
So with a super and a crate is you get to use more power and less throttle is the best way to explain it. So instead of having this much throttle at 400 horse, you have this much throttle at 400 horse. So you have to figure out how to be smooth and still not let the car set down and get tight, and when to pick up, because all your throttle points are different. You can use the throttle to correct mistakes. It's a completely different race car.
So you do a whole lot more steering with your right foot instead of your hands then, more, a lot of that is.
Mm-hmm. And when the car's tight, you don't have to slam the brakes and try and get to brake traction. Like in the mud with the crate, I had to jab the brakes and wide open and try and get it to turn. Where the super, I can throttle up and turn it.
Gotcha.
Interesting. So let me ask you this, because it's something we ask all the time to all these drivers. Looking at the difference, would you always rather run on a slick track, or even in the super, do you like a little bit of a tacky track?
I like slick tracks.
All right. That says a lot, because any driver always wants black and slick.
Oh, yeah.
The guys that usually just buy the engine, which I know that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you started with a smaller engine even this year in the super.
Yeah, we started with, I think it had about 750 horse in the super.
And started out, man, I'll ask you this. How do you feel like, obviously, jumping into the super, then COVID hits, so you're stuck at home for 2 months, you get the chance to go race, how do you feel like it's started off, I guess?
I think we started off pretty good. It was basically a World of Outlaws show, so I think we did okay there. We went to Peevely, and I qualified 10th. I think I ran 6th in the heat and 9th in the B main. But even the B main had some big names in it.
What would you say? What would you learn from that first time out there? Because obviously you're exactly right. You were running some really good competition. What'd you learn?
Mainly throttle control and how hard you can enter. With Rusty's new cars, you can enter 3 times harder than I used to be able to. and it just sticks.
And then, as you've kind of moved on throughout the year here, let's go back and talk about there, because I know earlier you had the background domination race cars, and talking about Rusty. What makes his car so special?
I have no idea. I can't really say.
That's a trade secret, right? You can't give that out.
You can't give it to me here?
We got our bars backwards. We got swing arm.
But obviously, not just because of the connection you have to Rusty, you obviously are a fan of those cars.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
A lot of people might not know his connection to Rusty. Does he want to tell that?
Yeah, he can.
So Rusty's my stepdad.
Okay.
And then again, kind of looking ahead. Well, I'll ask you this going back. Let's go back a little bit again. Growing up, obviously, you talked about your dad racing and Rusty and your grandpa, but who were some of those other heroes that you kind of had growing up as you looked to, dirt late model racing or dirt track racing?
Still kind of look to those guys. Like, I still watch Rusty, and we kind of like my B main. We sat down and watched that race, and he tells me what I'm doing wrong. I did the same thing with my dad. I would just keep watching it and keep watching them and watching the difference and seeing how they can help me. And I'll go to other drivers sometimes at the track that I've known for a while, and they'll help me, and I'll help them a little bit.
And then, looking ahead, where are some tracks that you are really excited about getting the opportunity to go run at?
That one's kind of hard. I really want to run Cochran. That place looks pretty cool. I like Cochran. I'm not sure about Eldora. I've heard Eldora's really wide open, and I don't really like those big wide open places. I'd rather run a super small Belleville Belleville, and just the small places like Merritt, drivers tracks.
Drivers. Your dad's exactly right. Hey, and let's talk a little bit here. Are you racing this weekend?
Yep, we're going to Oakshade this weekend.
Oakshade. All right. I was going to say, hey, I don't know what Oakshade's offering to win, but $2,000 to win here at Brownstown Speedway right here in our backyard.
Did you hear him? What's tire rule?
Uh-oh, Matt, you've got an official shirt. I don't.
But I'm not an official. I'm just the announcer. It's on our website. Get on BrownstownSpeedway.com.
I'll have to check. I'll message it to you, Colin.
We'll get it to you.
$2,000 to win, super late model, Saturday night at Brownstown. And to everybody watching, let's get Colin Shipley down here, because it'll be live broadcast also on dirt2media.tv. So great opportunity, man. We'd love to have you in our backyard.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it.
So looking ahead, though, man, what are your goals? What are you saying right now? This is what I hope I can accomplish.
Right now, I've kind of got a stepping stool. I want to start working my way into top 10s, top 5s, eventually top 3, winning, and then start making it from local up to more or less just working my way up the ranks, and then maybe eventually we can get somewhere like Lucas World of Outlaw. But that's a while. It's going to be long haul.
But I love that you've got that vision and that plan. The fact that I'm going to work my way up and stair step it. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, that's what I like the most, is he don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. He realizes there's some work in there. Great outlook on that.
And then as you look at, those ideas of, continuing down that road, my curiosity, Colin, and you may not know this about me, I'm actually a high school principal is my day job. And my co-host here is actually our school resource officer. So we work in the schools every day.
Yeah.
How difficult, and I know COVID has kind of changed that, but how difficult is it for you to balance school and racing?
Well, with COVID, it's been kind of easy, but usually in fall time, it's usually I get my homework done and then go out in the shop and start working on my race car, and then get up and go to school in the week.
Does school work with you if you got to leave on a Friday to go racing or anything like that? Are they understandable?
I mean, we usually don't really race Fridays. The only track that races Fridays is Attica, and they end pretty early around us. So locally, we go around to Oakshade.
Gotcha.
And then will you obviously Oakshade kind of being your home track there, is your plan to run for points there or just hit it when you can?
We're not 100% sure yet. We might run the Merit Tri-City deal, or we might run for points at Oakshade.
Excellent.
We haven't really decided.
Before we go any farther, I do want to give you the chance we give everybody when they come on the show here, Colin, to make sure that you thank your sponsors. So we want to give you a chance now, and then we'll give you another chance here in just a little bit. But make sure that you tell everybody here who helps you get to the track every weekend.
All right, I got to thank Speed Shark Graphics, One Ethanol. I got to thank Jim White Honda, Velocity USA, Domination Race Cars, Dominator Race Products, American Ethanol, Rick's Truck and Equipment Sales, Schaefer's Oil, Jones Racing Products, Wooley's Carbon Dyno. I got to thank my parents. I got to thank all my crew members, my family, everybody that helps make this possible.
And tell me this, because obviously, very, very interested, how do you go and find these sponsors? What are you doing to try and give them the best bang for their buck?
So we are starting a YouTube channel where we're going to start posting GoPro videos, and we're going to throw in like plugins. We do Facebook Live videos. We make posts after almost every race thanking our sponsors and just saying how we did that night. Like stuff like this where we're on the podcast where I'm able to thank my sponsors and all my crew members and just all sorts of stuff.
Because one thing I would say is, I know that, as a young kid at 14 years old, man, if we got people watching that are looking to sponsor somebody, this is a kid that I would get behind. Again, if you're listening, he's got a plan of attack on how he wants to go about this. He understands it's not going to happen overnight, but if you want to invest in the long haul with a kid that's going to definitely help you in the future, not only today but in the future, this is a kid to look at going and sponsoring.
I am struggling with the Skype thing here.
What's wrong, Colin?
I can't figure out how to make my glasses go away. I can't move my face, and you guys are really delayed.
So, Colin's getting us a little delayed, so he may get us here in just a second. But Colin, I'll ask you this, man. When you look back at your dad's racing career, what stands out to him? What kind of driver would you say he was?
That's a hard one.
That's put on the spot question there, Dustin. That's a.
So, he didn't really get too many he didn't get too many years in a late model. He raced crates for a while at Fremont Speedway, and he did really good there. And then he made that jump to supers, and then he hit that learning curve. And we're just at like the peak of his career. He really kind of gave up to help me, which I'm super thankful for. And right where he got his first win in a super late model is when he kind of quit too.
Where did he end up getting his first win at in a super late model?
That was at Oakshade.
At Oakshade.
Cool.
At Oakshade. So, looking ahead, would that kind of be your favorite place if you could come up with a win right now, is being able to kind of match that and getting your first win at Oakshade?
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome to get my first win at the same place he did.
Well,
Rusty's got tons of wins there.
I mean, I'm not against you coming down here again Saturday night and picking up your first win at Brownstown Speedway either.
That'd be very cool.
It'd be cool to get my first one anywhere.
All right, buddy. So let me ask you this. When you go into the week, are you a guy who's just the driver, or are you a guy who is also wrenching on your car constantly?
I'm wrenching on my car all the time. We actually, I had to go from my mom's to my dad's today, so that way I could help work on the car in the morning.
So you're already ready. I got to get up in the morning and get things done.
Mm-hmm. We got tons of tires to do in the morning.
Again, Matt, I'm going to throw it out there, man. If you're a sponsor looking for the opportunity to sponsor somebody, this is your guy right here in Colin Shipley, man. It is.
How many 14-year-olds have that kind of work ethic?
Not very many today.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys are interested in sponsoring a car, please get a hold of this kid.
And he's got the coolest sunglasses you could ever ask for.
They're permanent.
I can't figure out how to work these things. I had a program all downloaded, and I was going to get rid of them, and now I can't figure it out. I had a background I was going to throw in here. I can't figure any of this out. It's all going away and stuff. Wait, nope. I don't know. That's asking me to share my screen. I'm pushing buttons. I'm going to mess it up.
Colin, I'll ask you this too, man. You talked there a little bit about some of the tracks that you're interested in. Obviously you talk about Rusty and your dad, but when you look ahead to the possibility of maybe running that, World of Outlaws or Lucas Oil Series, who's somebody that you would just be over the moon to get to race against?
Probably the whole Team Zero. That's really the only crew I haven't raced against is Madden and Davenport. At between Peevely and Magnolia, I think I've raced against the whole Lucas and World of Outlaw crew. I think JD was at the Mag. I haven't raced with Hudson yet, but I've raced with Herb and all of them. I'd like to race with the O'Neills.
Well, I'll give you this. Like I said, I'll message you. I've already reached out to Hudson and Tater to see if they're going to be at Brownstown this weekend, and I'm trying to verify it. If they are, we'll make sure because there's your chance to come down here and put it to Huddy.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
and I say that with love, Hudson. Good friend of the show.
Why the number 44?
That's my dad's number.
Gotcha.
So.
That's usually where it falls. Is that they become family numbers.
So then, let me ask you this: why'd your dad choose 44?
Why did you choose 44? It was on the first race car he bought.
That's simple.
I love that. That's one of the best reasons to have a number I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't change it. Just roll with it. I love it. So, Colin, I'm going to ask you this, too, because obviously we've seen this downtime here with the, with the COVID situation. How much do you use iRacing? We saw a lot of iRacing. Do you use iRacing at all to stay sharp, or are you just totally seat time?
I use iRacing a little bit. I don't really like the late models on iRacing. I don't think they're realistic, if you ask me. Honestly, I feel like I have better training using all the asphalt stuff, just trying to stay smooth and learn different things. Like, I've been racing a lot of the street stocks on there on asphalt. In the non-wing sprint cars. I don't like the late models on there.
I'll be honest, outside of the street stocks, that's about all I'm capable of driving. The rest of them I just spin out.
I can make a parade lap.
Yeah, I'm real good under caution. They'd let me just run that way all the time. Well, Colin, buddy, I appreciate you coming on, man. I hope you understand that we are truly fans of yours. We're pulling for you. We want to see you do big things. We're excited about the opportunity. I mean, we need somebody to come in and say, put this kid in a car and let him go race.
Thanks, guys.
So before we take off, man, let's hear those sponsors one more time, because I want to again say to everybody, man, if you're looking for a kid to sponsor, this is a kid to go and check out, man. He's doing big things.
All right, I got to thank Speed Shark Graphics, One Ethanol, Jim White Honda, Velocity USA, Domination Race Cars, Dominator Race Products, American Ethanol, Rick's Truck and Equipment Sales, Schaefer's Oil, Jones Racing Products, Willie's Carbon Dyno, and then I got to thank all of my friends, my family, my crew members, everybody that helps me get to the racetrack, everybody that helps work on the car. I got to thank everybody.
Man, I'm going to throw this out to you, man. If you don't think right now that kid's ready for a Victory Lane speech, he's got it down.
Yeah, they're memorized. He didn't have to pull out a car.
You hear them all the time. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been with guys doing podcasts that they got to look at a car to try and remember where all their stickers are. This cat right here, man, he is ready for Victory Lane.
I agree.
I think I might be a little nervous in Victory Lane. Might get stutters, voice start cracking, can't remember anything.
I'm going to tell you what.
You wouldn't be the first.
You just put those aviators you got on right now in your driver's suit, pull those out when you get in victory lane. All will be right in the world.
Will do.
Hey, Colin, and number one, again, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate it. I want to say thank you to your dad. I know he's a big part of everything you're doing, but like I said, we're fans of you. We're going to push for you. I will send you all the tire rules from Brownstown Speedway here in just a little bit. And nothing against Oakshea, but, man, if we can get you down here this weekend, we would love to see you come down and race with us.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Thank you guys for having me on here.
All right, and Colin, man, we'll reach out to you again soon. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, Matt, and that was Colin Shipley, and I know we've been having some internet issues tonight, and things have not. This has just been one of those nights, Matt, that things have not gone nearly as well as what I'd hoped.
Yeah, because he's definitely a kid that is. We preach all the time we need a future in the sport, and he is the future of the sport right there.
Yeah, I mean, again, just a quality kid, and I can't say enough about him. And for those that go out and listen, this is one that I think is going to have a future in this sport.
I agree.
I think he comes. I mean, I know both of us, have watched Rusty and his work ethic and what he's been able to do with Domination race cars. This is a kid that's going to do it the right way.
Yeah, he's not going to cut corners or show up with decent equipment. I mean, he's going to have the best that he can have, and will with that work ethic he already has, he'll do a great job. So again, I'm hopeful, man. Let's get him to Brownstown Speedway Saturday night. Yeah, text him or email him those tire rules. I think we need to make sure we have those on hand from now on in case we get.
Well, yeah, if we're going to start getting guys down here, I mean, but again, if he can come down, we got Hudson's a maybe. Hopefully at Brownstown,
Gilpin,
Devin Gilpin's going to be there, and I know we've talked before, but I don't care if Devin Gilpin rolls in the toter home and he's going to race it. He's tough to beat at Brownstown.
Yes, he is.
I don't care what he's
like you said, Skylar Lewis, he'll be there.
Yeah.
We're hoping Zach Burton shows up in his Indiana Pro late model and runs for the extra $200 there. Colton Sullivan coming. So I mean, I'd like to see a whole bunch of those Indiana Pro late model guys show up there.
Can I just say this real quick too? God help the future that there's another Zach Burton boy going to be running around.
Yeah, he doesn't know if it's a boy or a girl yet, does he?
No, he knows.
Oh, it's a boy?
Gender reveal was last week or the weekend before. Oh yeah, he got the race car out, spun the tires to do the gender reveal. It is a boy.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Well, he's been calling it for
literally
years now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
God help.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, what do you say with that?
God help a campground at a racetrack in about 12, 13 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just have to camp right next to him so our stuff doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah.
No, but guys, hey, if you get a chance.
Well, he's come and got us while we've camped.
He has. Yeah, we went down to do some work.
You supervised and I lettered.
I held the panel so the rivets could go in. The first two.
Okay.
I held.
You held something else too.
For 12 ounces.
Yeah. Yeah.
But going ahead, again, obviously you saw great racing Saturday night. I didn't get the chance to be there.
I don't know if it was because I was super excited to be at a racetrack again, and because you used 3 tracks up on me or not, but man, they raced from the front of the field to the back of the field every lap.
We're running modifieds again this week, correct?
Yes.
Well, let's find out.
I'm pretty sure we're running everything but the Indiana Pro late models.
That's what I thought too. So let's see. I'm going to message Adam Stricker here too to see if he's coming back to make it 2 for 2. I do want to say this. Again, I can't say enough about Stricker being a brand ambassador here for us at Throttled Up, Dirt to Media, Thirsty Goat Entertainment. Been great. Any order right now, my wife came up with this cool idea, and Stricker right now is 4 for 4 on the 2020 season. 4 races entered, 4 wins.
Wow.
And, I mean, that's impressive anyway,
yes.
But, again, traveling, beating Tyler Nicely there at Brownstown, impressive.
I think that might have been Nicely's first loss that he entered at Brownstown, and I might be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure that he's won almost every time he's been to Brownstown. So,
but looking ahead, so Callie says that guy's he just wins every time he goes out. And we did the fun earlier. We threw out a 68% off, coupon to the Thirsty Goat, shopthirstygoat.com. Threw that out there. But Callie said this week, let's just give something away to the fans. And so any order, you can buy a $1 643 podcast sticker, and you're going to get for free an orange or blue number 68 Adam Stricker straight out of Victory Lane sticker. For free. So she's giving them away.
Awesome.
I don't know that that's a good business model. I've got my partner who gives away free shipping all the time. I got my wife who gives away stickers.
I feel, you know what? I'm not the mooch like I once was.
Yeah, currently I don't know where money's going. But
I feel good now.
But fans should get in. It's free shipping still going on. You get a free sticker with any order. I don't care what you order. T-shirt, whatever. She's throwing in a free Adam Stricker straight out of Victory Lane sticker.
Cool.
And let's be honest. Is there a more appropriate guy to have that right now?
Right. Yeah, that's
all
awesome.
He does is roll out of Victory Lane.
It is.
Shout out to him. Hopefully we'll see him back down here again this weekend. But I just got to say, man, I'm excited to be back at Brownstown Speedway with you guys and getting the chance to work with Dirt to Media and produce that show. And the whole thing. I mean, again, looking across the entire show that night, I'm excited. I know Lucas Jackson made his return.
And has not missed a step.
And the Hornets,
Yes.
I ran second the other night.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see him back. I mean, for people that don't know his story, that may be listening, Lucas just had a heart transplant.
Last race season.
Yeah. 6 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And has dealt with heart failure problems for a while. I think he's been on the car 5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
I could be wrong exactly, but
right around in there.
Former Brownstown track champion in the Hornet. The kid can wheel. I mean,
Yes,
I'm
he
just going
can.
to say he can wheel.
And like I said, he was in the car Saturday night, and he has not missed a step.
So I'm excited to get the chance to see him again this weekend. Again, Derek Clegg back in the super stocks. Hopeful to see all these crate guys show up there. And then, again, even the pure stock division, man, I'm excited to see, David Palmer. I'm hoping he's going to be back again.
Well, you had Tyler Neal ran 2 classes. Matt Boatnick ran 2 classes. They 148 cars showed up there.
I do want to give a shout out too here and just say for any of the Indiana Pro late models, Indiana crate drivers that may be listening, we are going down Dirt to Media live pay-per-view on the ACAS, the American Crate All-Star Series, live Friday night from Crossville Speedway, Crossville, Tennessee, and I am sponsoring straight from me. So I can't really pick on my partner.
So there goes more money.
For free shipping or my wife for free stickers. I am taking a crisp $100 bill in my pocket with me, Long Toe Award. And I'm just going to shout out, guys, Tyler Collins has already said it's his. I mean, he's just said he's taking $100 from me.
There you go.
I'm shouting out there, P3, Steve Peden, Tyler Neal, who's coming down with me Friday night. Great race. The American Crate All-Star Series at Crossville Speedway. Come down, $100 tow bonus from me. At least we can all stop on the way back and have a little bit of Waffle House, maybe a little awful waffle.
Well, Billy Moore Jr. is all about steak and shake. So,
see, I would rather go awful waffle if I'm going to.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You're not a Waffle House guy?
No, not at all.
Oh my God, I'm a Waffle House guy.
After Kid Rock gets arrested out of there, you just can't go back.
Well, that may be true, but all right, guys, join us this weekend again live on dirttomedia.tv this Friday night, Crossville Speedway American Crate All-Star Series. Saturday night, brownstown.speedway.tv and dirttomedia.tv. The opportunity to watch a $2,000 win super late model show live at Brownstown Speedway. We're hopeful now maybe Colin Shipley showing up.
That'd be awesome. Like to show.
We appreciate everybody. Join us again next week. We'll be back right here in studio at Thirsty Goat Studios with the opportunity to talk about what happens this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
All right. Thank you, guys.